Do you want to be able to low kick like Superlek, send in big thudding chops to the thigh that render your opponent's leg black and purple? The same way that he did to Takaru, who is one of the world's best kickboxers. Today we're going to dive in exactly how he defeated this Japanese superstar and was able to just crush that thigh. All right, everybody, here's the thing about these super high level fighters. People like Superlek right now, who are considered pound for pound #1 in striking sports. These guys are able to find the ways to make basics work for them. Everybody looks and goes, oh, he's so good, what is he doing? And fighters like myself are watching and like, he's just doing what everybody else does, but with small minor adjustments. But the small minor adjustment we're going to talk about today is enormous. It's so big, and very few people are going to do what he is doing without actually recognizing, because it puts you in a bit more danger. And most people don't like danger. So what are we talking about here? Well, when we look at Superlek and we analyze his stance, what do we see? We should be looking from the side whenever it happens in a fight, and we should look and go, he tips his head far forward. Tipping his head far forward is going to make it easier for his opponent to be closer to those head punches. Naturally, most people want to be up here. They want to be further away. By tipping the head forward, you're going, whoa, that's super dangerous. But this, in a very odd way, allows him to accomplish something very special. It allows him to throw his jab and his low kick both at the correct range, to make both of them a threat. Very often, most people, what they're going to do is they're going to be in their stance and they're going to go, look at me, I can low kick you. That's great, you can low kick the guy. You can't jab him. And if you decide to step forward and jab him and now you throw your low kick, you're going to be getting really deep on that thigh. And because you're so deep on that thigh, it's going to be that much harder to get that nice clean exit. And when we see Superlek throw these shots on Takaru, very often he's just landing with the lower shin or even his foot. Now, what I want you guys to keep in mind is each fighter, like I said, has these special little tricks which will help them get to the highest level. I did not get to the highest level of fight sports by not having many of my own. And in my offense course, we're going to be touching on so many of these. The early bird pricing ends very soon, so jump on that if you want to get the 40% savings. If you think this video is helpful today, imagine how much I'm going to be able to give you when we have 25 videos that are just going to teach you so much. It's going to be mind-blowing for you. So jump on that over at strikereadycombat.com. So what we have Superlek doing, which is so special against Takaru, and by the way, Takaru fought today. He had his first fight in 1FC against Superlek. Now he has his second fight today, and hopefully he gets a win, because I hear they're putting him up against Rodtang for the third fight, really throwing him in there right away. Right into the deep end, but he deserves it because he's just like a kickboxing phenom. Aside from his loss from tension, I think, he's so impressive. So what you can play with if you want to throw these low kicks like Superlek, when you get to this low kick distance and you're going, okay, I can low kick here, I'm a threat, but I can't really do much else. Tip your head forward, and ideally you're going to start this from the outside anyway. You're going to have your head a little bit more forward, and it doesn't need to be, okay, I lower myself down in height. I'm not actually coming down, I just tip forward. Naturally, when you tip forward, your head will kind of arc down slightly. Don't try and keep your head at this level, because now your back foot has to elevate. So I take my stance from more like this, lots of weight here, and I just shift a little bit forward. Now from here, again, I can land my jab and I can land my low kick. And when I have those two threats, what does that accomplish? It makes it so much more difficult for this guy to only focus on blocking that. Right? When I'm at this range here where I can't land the jab because my head's back, now this guy's thinking, okay, I'm safe. I'm safe on the punch aspect. So I can really, for this moment, think about the kicks. And because of that, they're going to be going, okay, I'm ready and I'm light. We see Superlek early in the fight check one of Takaru's low kicks simply because Takaru is out of punch range. There's no threat. When there's no threat, your mind is more clear and you're able to just go, I only have to deal with legs. If somebody came to you and they said, oh, block, but I'm only going to throw legs, versus, okay, I'm going to throw at you, you don't know what's coming. You have these and these, so much harder. So this little tip forward, now from here, I can hit. Yeah, at any point I can move back, but the threat is always there. And then he mixes in the front kick off the back leg as well, very nice. So now it's not just, oh, this is the only kick coming. We also have this one, and we have those jabs. It just makes things so frustrating. And Takaru, one of the absolute best in the world, was not able to get a check off the way that you think he would be able to. Superlek walks out, he kicks you 3 or 4 times, you think, okay, priority, start checking the kicks. He couldn't do it because of this one very simple thing, which takes basic techniques and makes them so dangerous. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you're able to try and apply it. Of course, the danger of this, as I already mentioned, is now that my head is here, I'm going to be that much easier to get the punches off on. But when your head is forward, you can easily pull out of range. From here, pulling out of range, you might feel like, oh, I have nowhere else to go backwards. But when you put your head a little further forward and you decide, okay, I'm going to actually do something to evade the combo, moving back, you create so much distance so easy, and now you're still in a strong position to counterpunch, as opposed to being here where I lean back and now I'm not in a good position to counterpunch. I have to come back. So much taken in these tiny little details of what Superlek does. Use it, see if it works for you. If it does, add it to your arsenal. You'll have great success with this.